Welcome to another Enapps screencast. We raise invoices to customers which then need payments. Some customers pay on time and some don't. I'm now going to show you how we automatically chase those customers who don't pay on time with a relevant message. We can obviously carry out this function manually, but when we have lots of customers, the manual method quickly becomes time-consuming and unworkable. At Enapps, we have a function which we call the Dunning Run. This function tells us who and when to chase and what the message should be. This function is completely user configurable, and I'll show you how we do this. What we have here is the first reminder, which is quite gentle, just saying that the invoice is due for payment. This is fully customizable and can include dynamic field values from any database transaction. We can also configure this reminder with an email template and attachments such as invoices, statements, and even a POD if required. As you can see, this quickly becomes a very powerful tool. There is also a provision for a configurable grace period before we next chase the invoice. We then have a second reminder, where we can typically be a little more forceful by using bold text, etc. We can configure as many of these reminders as we like, up to a point where I can automatically put the account on hold. There is also a last action checkbox, which is typically where we would pass this down to the legal team. Let us have a look at how this works in reality. I go to the Dunning Run. Note that I already have one pre-recorded entry there dated 30th of May that was sent to the customer. I'm now going to create a new one. If I click on Get Entries, it will give me a list of customers that are due for payment. I'm going to keep a tab on both entries so we can see what happened and what is about to happen. I can choose the address this will be sent to, and I can either choose to email or post. If I click on Post, it will show us a predefined PDF attachment which will show the statement of account. If I choose to email, it will generate an email with the attachments. I'm just going to click on the DNSN button so it does not send the email now but holds it for editing. I then click on Complete, and this generates the email with attachments and invoices for anything that is due for this particular customer, and it places the email in a draft state. So, when I open the email, I can see that it is from accounts to me saying how much is due and overdue. I can also see the attachments, which includes the letter which we have already seen, along with the attachments for the 3 invoices. It will also have a statement of account with the reference number and date and age summary, etc. It also creates a Dunning Run record against this customer. If, for instance, the customer calls and says, "I'm going to pay you next week," I can record that note on a date when the customer has promised payment. I confirm this and it gets recorded here, as well as an activity recorded as a note which could be seen by people that use the CRM module, so they also know exactly what is happening with this account. If I go back to the Dunning Run and I start a new one, when I click on Get Entries, as you can see there is nothing to show. When I generate this Dunning Run, the system will not allow you to chase this customer for another 7 days. If I now click on the Promise and Wait checkboxes, as you can see the new and test customers show up in red because payment was promised. I could then click to email, and here on the type I have the second reminder. The system will automatically give me the template for the second reminder, which is a more forceful document stressing that the invoice is overdue, and again I'll check the DNSN box, which will not send the email straight away. When the customer pays, the Dunning level will automatically get reset, so we will revert to sending the gentle invoice payment reminder as opposed to the pushy reminder for this customer. This concludes the Enapps Dunning Run demonstration.